This is one of the most challenging environments for a climber you can visit anywhere on planet Earth.
When I come out here on an expedition to climb a first ascent, I know there's going to be fear. It's going to be scary. Without fear, I think it wouldn't be safe.
A big part of the game is approaching these unclimbed, unexplored mountains and looking for the most creative, the coolest way to get to the top. This expedition is about going to one of the last mountain frontiers on terrestrial Earth. The plane will take off, headed south to Antarctica. The only catch is there's not enough fuel on this plane once we get about 2/3 of the way there to be able to turn back and return to Cape Town if something goes wrong. Once we pass that point, that's known as the point of no return.
And you get on and you're just like, all right, buckle up, hope it makes it. And it's like this capsule. There's no windows. All there are these big, huge international flags hanging down the side of it, and a whole bunch of blue-collar, badass Russians who've seen more shit in their life than I will ever see.
As the plane was coming in on final landing, you're thinking in your head, hope this pilot knows what he's doing. It was a relief to feel the plane touch down on the blue ice runway. It's vast, empty wilderness. Miles and miles and miles of ice around us.
The plan was to do a quick stop here at Nomo Station, only to switch planes and get shuttled out to the mountains where we could set up our base camp on the ice. The weather, unfortunately, has different plans for us.
Yesterday it was whiteout ground blizzard conditions all day. You know, we're all getting antsy.
But we are doing every little bit we can to be ready to go when we hit the ice. It's a little bit like cough syrup.
Cheers. Anytime you're delayed on a trip like this, it allows you a little time to get to know the people you encounter along the way. Very good. Cheers, and thank you very much for your hospitality. Delays are par for the course. If it was a relatively simple flight with simple logistics, people would have already been where we're going.
То есть вот здесь вот минимальная температура, немного превышает 60.
Put our heads together with Louis, the pilot, and his crew, looked at the forecast, and saw just this little blip in the forecast where there was going to be some high pressure moving in and we could try to launch.
So we should just, the time is now, we go for this.
Here we go! Throttle up! We decided to go for it and took off. It's a really alien landscape. We could be looking out of the window at Mars, for better or worse. Hundreds of mountains that are unclimbed.
Over there, but it seems like we've got some stuff we can get done here. Oh, look at that beautiful summit over there.
feeling of isolation kick in. You're watching the last piece of comfort in the world just take off into the sky. And then all of a sudden you go dead silent. Built 6-foot-high walls, 360 degrees. We could not have flown in a smaller weather balloon. And we knew life was about to be very different for the next 45 days.
We asked for adventure, and that's what we got. And so it's only begun, man.
We're heading out on a ski tour to circumnavigate one range of peaks, survey the peaks from different angles, and kind of come up with an action plan of different lines we want to try to climb, different mountains we want to explore further.
Holding it, and then just bam, it'll go down.
And watching Mike take off, as soon as the wind picked up his canopy, he shot out there like a slingshot. Immediately we realized this was a terrible idea. So we strapped our skins back on and just started trekking. As the sun was setting, this really heavy storm kicked in. Immediately we had to start working together as a team, digging in hard and fast. The only thing we could find was this really tiny boulder that we could take shelter behind.
Got about 3-foot drift in our vestibule, the front door of our tent that I had to dig out. The wind's super high and we're just trying to deal head down, suffer fast. Just trying to survive more than anything else right now.
A route that'll reveal itself. Hopefully we can connect some lines and find something and go climbing.
Day 3 of our ski tour, just getting ready to go crush and see what's around the corner on this huge, massive blue ice plateau. It's like being on the coast of a frozen ocean.
We were all shocked to stumble upon this Indian capsule out in the middle of nowhere.
You can see this survival shelter or this living unit was just bowled over by 150-mile-an-hour winds. Who knows, maybe stronger. Definitely makes you feel a little bit vulnerable, fragile human out here. We can just be taken out at any time, no doubt about it.
The weather here, it's raw and it's brutal, and it just beats the shit out of you.
After that recon to look for routes, getting back to our camp, it was ravaged. The katabatic winds had come in and just had its way with our camp and destroyed it. A couple of the tents that we'd left set up were completely covered by spindrift snow. Poles broken, tents collapsed. Without us there to maintain it, it was destroyed.
The crazy thing is it hasn't snowed an inch since we've been here. That's all wind-driven snow. So, savage, dude. Pretty savage.
Look at this. This part fucked.
Real deal, man. Antarctica. It's Thanksgiving. We're so thankful for the sweetness of life, man.
This is Thanksgiving. Instant mashed potatoes with lots of butter.
Dug out, picked up the pieces, and realized we had to find a safer base camp, a place that we could really rely on in the worst weather that Antarctica throws at us. That one sounds like the perfect cooking sound. We found a great spot here in the boulders, nestled living with the snow petrels and the skuas. Two beautiful spires right above us. The hour is almost here. We can get to climb.
Happy birthday, Freddie.
My birthday! That's the first wish of the trip.
Have fun, we say. Love lots.
Yeah.
We're up for one of the biggest challenges of our lives.
This tower has an amazing crack system going bottom to top. It's the biggest, proudest, most formidable aspect of the mountain.
This is a kind of climbing that I've never experienced before. It's a kind of rock quality and featured face of rock that I've never experienced. So far, it's just been fascinating. It's been really scary.
What's up, rock? It's lucky. What really concerns both Becky and I is this huge refrigerator-sized death block about 15 feet above the planet. It really is making for a unique, challenging climb to negotiate this kind of terrain safely. See what a trippy landscape this is? Yes.
It's like Dr. Seuss rock. It sounds hollow, sounds like it'll break. If it does break, you're gonna fall a long way because it's very hard to protect. There aren't a lot of cracks. It's really spooky climbing. And then you throw in the elements of the wind and some clouds, and all of a sudden you have this environment where you're like, wow, this is, we're really, 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 really far out there. And if anything goes wrong right now, we're patched.
Looks like could get real today. Snow, wind, and catabatic mayhem. Trying to save the penguins.
Yeah, save the penguins. What a ridiculous scene.
It's horrible.
It's cold, it's windy, it'll kill you in a matter of hours.
The wind is not stopped.
Yo, it's getting real out here. Freddy's tent just got shredded. We jumped into the quarry. Man, it's getting real deal.
It got under the floor and I felt it, and then it just about 6 feet. We've been pretty much 10 bound for going on 4 days because of the winds. We hope to get picked up for Christmas.
Well, it's a beautiful frosty day. We finally got some snow. This is a gift. Beautiful out here. We're going up, man. We're going to take all of our gear to our high point and then keep climbing and try to get to the top. We've just been surviving the katabatic winds, and finally we've got some good weather. We're climbing. Nice to be climbing. I think for every day that we've been able to actually climb, we've had 2 days of heavy, strong sort of katabatic winds. So it's been a real challenge just to continue progress up the wall. But now we're at a point at a really big natural ledge up there.
And it's within striking distance of the top. We guess there's maybe 800 feet to go. Come on. Every pitch is an adventure. You leave the belay not knowing what to expect. We're the first people up there. Black band about 6 feet above your head.
I think I can kind of get back over here.
Yeah. But you really need to be prepared for everything.
I just need to
Do a little tap, tap, tap.
ribbon action.
Sure.
That's still going to be scary.
The consequences of falling just about on every section of this climb are definitely severe.
It's just looks kind of...
Yeah.
Oh, I know. It's not very fun. I think I pulled it off on my head. If you take a fall, you can easily cut a line. And that's it. Death. There was death lurking up there. It was beautiful and frightening.
Snow, sun, snow, sun.
That's how we're feeling right
For how serious and savage an environment it is, there is an equivalent beauty. Just looking out on this landscape of hundreds of mountains that are unclimbed.
working, you're suffering, you're having fun, you're laughing, you're getting to know each other, and your deepest secrets come out. You know, it's a short-term marriage without sex.
Your side of the bed? My side of the bed.
You, it's just incredible. It's nice to be in a place that no man has ever been before. It's just, love it up here.
Climbing the wall was an extreme technical challenge. It required a lot of gear, a lot of time, a lot of effort.
It was really enjoyable climbing these big handholds, these big caves, Legos, and climbing through kind of rock. You can easily give it the standard ratings throughout climbing and mountaineering, but it goes above and beyond that. It's mystery, because you know it's a first ascent. I mean, we climbed the steepest, proudest line on the tower, no doubt in my mind.
Yeah! Hell yeah! Woo!
Yo, we're on the summit, we're loading lines, and we're psyched. We're in Antarctica. It kind of feels like standing upside down on the bottom of the earth. Awesome trip. The life is sweet, the time is now, and we're hoping for a safe descent. Over.
Getting to the top, it was a relief because I didn't want to see all that time and effort that we had invested in the climb and not be successful.
You get to the top and you're so excited, but you know you're halfway. The summit's on the ground.
We're packing up the air pig.
The air pig. Explain the air pig.
Well, there are pigs built for hauling and pigs built for carrying. This little piggy's gonna go wee, wee, wee all the way down.
perfect soldier for it. Loving life.
Taking off in the plane and looking down at the place we had just lived for 45 days, and the tower that we had just successfully climbed. We knew we just had an adventure that would take us for the rest of our lives.
I've learned that where there's a will, there's a way. I know that if you have a dream, you can go get it. You just have to have the patience.
Aliens in Antarctica. Were there advanced ancient civilizations lost on this icy continent? What is the truth about its vast unexplored wilderness? For scientists and many people, the Antarctic is a frozen time capsule that contains lost clues about life before destructive humans came along. So let's find out what all these mysteries are. For years, numerous people set out to unveil Antarctica's mysteries. Who wouldn't be fascinated by the secrets of the world's driest, windiest, and coldest continent? No matter how small it may seem to people, to know something extraordinary about Antarctica is impressive and no easy feat. After all, that person must have braved the unforgiving and inaccessible nature of the continent. Antarctica is one of the world's most mysterious places. It's a fascinating and challenging massive frozen landmass with secrecies waiting to be unveiled. Antarctica is shrouded in icy mysteries. It is the last great unexplored wilderness on the planet's surface. So, what is really the truth about this frozen continent? For many scientists, it is a freezing cold, dry area that contains some clues about life on Earth before humans came and ruined everything. For conspiracy theorists, it contains a lot more than just a hidden lake in a frozen land. If you search the internet, you will come across with lots of theories about its mysteries and the lost civilizations underneath it. Here we have collected some of the intriguing speculations about Antarctica. The lost city of Atlantis. People have actually spent thousands of years thinking and pondering about the existence of this great city. Though there's still no definite fact regarding whether new discoveries on the continent could shed some light on the possibility of ancient civilizations once thriving there. According to an American history expert, Professor Charles A. Hapgood, in a scientific theory he put forward in the 1950s, thousands of years ago, the icy tundra might have been home to a mysterious and ancient civilization. There was a theory of crustal displacement that speculates that the entire crust of the Earth shifts every 20,000 to 30,000 years, and that only 11,600 years ago, large parts of Antarctica were ice-free. Many conspirators actually believe the theory of crustal displacement. They also think that such part of the South Pole was ice-free, and it was where the lost city of Atlantis was located. Throughout the years, many satellite images of the continent have revealed some strange structures beneath the massive blocks of ice. Some UFO hunters and authors believe that such oddly shaped formations are only some of the many pieces of evidence that point to the fact that the continent was once home to an ancient civilization. The pyramids of Antarctica. Another interesting topic you will find today about the mysteries of Antarctica are the alleged pyramids situated there that are covered by massive ice layers. Many authors believe that there are secrets in the land that are hidden from the public. Several images have come up in the last couple of years. They showed what looks like highly massive structures. In fact, many of these frozen monuments were compared to some majestic structures today, like the pyramids of Giza. Just recently, satellite imagery of Google Earth discovered a constellation of 3 snow-covered pyramids. Admittedly, Researchers and scientists were taken aback, as such discovery could rewrite our entire history. There was no research that has even mentioned an Antarctica civilization in the past. So how did the pyramids get there? Naturally, many people, especially most researchers, are a bit skeptical about the discovery. However, there are still a lot of people who believe it. As a matter of fact, alien theory supporters are open about altering the history of such findings. Regardless of how many generations of people or time passes by, the pyramids remain one of the world's most fascinating structures. The mysterious forms of life. Researchers have yet again spotted a center of controversy about Antarctica. They have found some bizarre creatures on the continent. Just in 2014, it's been revealed that tiny forms of life are living in the lake that is locked under a half-mile of ice. Although this world is dark and hasn't seen sunlight or even fresh air for over 1 million years, it's still able to support over 4,000 species of different organisms. The continent's fossilized forest. Believe it or not, the Antarctic was actually once covered with towering forests. 100 million years ago, the Earth was in a massive grip of a greenhouse effect. Rainforests in the south, inhabited by different dinosaurs, existed in their place, and polar ice caps had already melted. Among the first people to uncover pieces of evidence of a once green Antarctic was the explorer Robert Falcon Scott. He stumbled over a variety of fossil plants at 82 degrees south on the Miramar Glacier. His discoveries of those fossils opened up an entirely new window on the subtropical past of the continent. When you visit Antarctica's cold, frozen wasteland, it can be hard to believe that rainforests used to flourish on the continent, where kilometers of thick ice blocks now exist. But many archaeological records provide undeniable evidence that climate fluctuations have happened throughout the history of the planet. Admiral Byrd's Hollow Earth Theory. One of the biggest discoveries linked with Antarctica's mysteries is the Hollow Earth Theory by Admiral Byrd. Rear Admiral Richard Byrd is an iconic figure in American history, known for his explorations of the polar extremities of the planet, particularly of the North Pole. He's widely known as a pioneer and a hero, a decorated naval officer, and explorer. There are many theories linked to his name, and one that is less widely known is the Hollow Earth Theory, which suggests that Earth is hollow and the entrances are in the North and South Poles. It is believed that during his expedition to the North Pole, Admiral Byrd discovered the entrance to the inner part of the planet, a vast hollow Earth. What do these obscure accounts say? That in that hollow Earth is the existence of Antarctica's lost civilizations. It's even more fascinating to hear that this lost civilization owns advanced UFO aircrafts. A number of books have already been written about this theory, and a secret diary credited to Byrd is said to exist, but covered and hidden by the United States government. This diary recounts Byrd's arrival at the world's polar extremities and his astounding discovery of a cavernous opening with lush valley and glistening stream amid a cold mass of land. In this recounting, it's even said that Admiral Byrd met strange men in the world below and was made an emissary to our world. He was said to have briefed the president, but was ordered to keep silence of his experience, never to speak of it again during the rest of his lifetime. Was Earth really hollow? Are there really lost civilizations living in our planet's inner core? The truth is a mystery we all want to know. Is it really possible that this icy continent was home to some ancient civilizations? Well, if you really think about it, it's definitely not unlikely. Historians in 1929 found an ancient map that change the views of many on ancient civilizations, as well as their capabilities. It was the Piri Reis map, which was created by one of the most popular Turkish officers using much older maps, which are believed to predate many ancient cultures. An interesting and shocking detail found on the map was that Antarctica was depicted with fascinating precision. The map appears to show Antarctica almost 300 years before it was discovered. Not only does it show Antarctica, but the continent is drawn as a landmass, as it would have appeared before it was covered with its ice cap over 6,000 years ago. As astonishing as it is, the Piri Reis map wasn't the only map that shocked the world with an ice-free depiction of the continent. Published in 1521 is the Orens-Fine chart that also includes details depicting Antarctica to be free of ice. Another intriguing fact is that this map describes lakes and rivers on the continent, which satellite images of the modern world confirm to exist. But the question is, how is it possible that such charts actually exist? Another greater question that deserves a real answer is, who conducted a global survey of the planet during the time when the continent was free of ice? These just lead to numerous speculations and some more interesting theories than ever that have been a possibility in decades. Are these theories starting to blow your mind? Well, let us bring more questions to your mind with a list of what-ifs to think about. What if there were advanced ancient civilizations that have discovered what the planet looked like in the past? What if buried under those thick sheets of ice is evidence of lives and civilizations that flourished in Antarctica? What if a highly advanced civilization was living in Antarctica millions of years ago when it was covered in rainforest instead of ice? What if there are far superior species yet to be unveiled there? What if there is an entrance to UFOs and a secret alien base there? With such a mysterious place as Antarctica, the theories and speculations seem to be endless, and so are the possibilities. From the time that scientists and explorers laid their eyes on the continent, many have always wanted to know more about this mysterious frozen land. What's really underneath the ice? Or is there something under it? Although there is certainly a lot more to be realized and discovered, researchers have made significant discoveries over the decades. Another interesting fact is that scientists who have drilled into its ice and removed cores containing bubbles that froze about 1 million years ago found evidence of a link between levels of carbon dioxide in the glacial cycles and the atmosphere. These and some other discoveries have helped many to see the continent not only as an isolated wilderness or wasteland. They now recognize Antarctica as a place that has always been interconnected with the planet and has a crucial role to play in its history.